We're back. After 2 months, we're back. I need to get a quieter keyboard. If I sound a bit weird, it's because I haven't really messed around with the settings since last time. And I'm still trying to, like, get this new microphone to work for me. But yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a lovely evening. I mean, it's a bit weird for me to not just like just not straight up play just a new game like a single player game, but like then again, I have in the past played MMOs on stream, and the only one that I really played was it was Guild Wars 2. I don't know why my mind blinked on that, but it was Guild Wars 2. So I thought, well, because Elder Scrolls had an update this summer, and I wanted to play the new update, but I also want to kind of like stream the story, so that way I have something to like something to help me get back into the motion, you know? Just a little something to help me get back in the motion. There we go. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. I only started playing Elder Scrolls Online like a year ago. It was alright. Morrowind was pretty good. But I wonder how well they're doing with their second expansion, which is the Summerset expansion. There's only one way to find out. Oh boy. Also, how is my volume? Is everything sounding alright? Hopefully. Am I gonna have to adjust my microphone more? Or maybe even switch to like something completely different? Where am I? I need to get out of here. I was doing some of the Clockwork City stuff just for fun on the side, and also skill points, because I'm gonna need those for the jewelry crafting. Easy there. I hope. Are you chugging? Game, don't chug. Do not chug. When you chug, you choke. And that's no good. I didn't read too much on Summerset. I just know that it's a thing, so everything's gonna be new to me. Please no spoil. Whoa. Where am I going here?
In the mood for a little trip. I
So got some trusty green tea on my side. Here we are. Oh, that book's not readable. A shame.
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help. You must tell me what brought you to Summerset after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business.
Bless this boy.
Ominous. No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's Eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing. Queen Irene issued a decree to open the borders of Summerset and allow outsiders to have access to the island. That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures.
Probably also read the prompts.
Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help.
I'll ask some questions around the city.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
Okay, what are those creatures I saw you fighting?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Anyone in specific you want me to talk to regarding the Queen's decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian
That's a nice
newcomer.
name.
Finally, Ranul, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
Okay. I don't want to read too much into it. Also, I'm terrified of that Argonian's name. Holy crap. Bless Razumdar's voice actor for being able to pronounce that name. Or anyone that has to pronounce that name. It's very pretty.
You saved the Queen. Stars keep you safe, traveler.
It is a very pretty place. It's a shame that we'll never get an Elder Scrolls 6. Just saying. Where? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going for the one that's farthest away. I'm just checking something really quickly. Hey look! LiveBot actually now did its job. Hooray.
A coin for this unworthy
A
one.
newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my
I was
friend?
wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No, no. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing!
You're not a high elf. Have you lived in Summerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin.
Do you like
We need
living
the
in
help.
Summerset?
Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
Alright. Also, I miss having this particular add-on on. It was... where is it? The Khajiit Speak. I don't know how that's gonna break anything. Something. Watch it break everything. It's good flavor. It's a good flavor add-on. I like it.
I must get back to work now. Every moment that my cousin remains sequestered is another moment where I must perform the...
Hold on, I gotta fix this. I'm sorry, but I really like this. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. There we go. Actually, I haven't gone to this, the Dockworks. Might as well get that. I'm not very impressed with some of the armor sets I saw. Not like the cosmetics of it. I haven't seen any of the cosmetic portions of it, but I have seen the I've seen the stats for armor sets, and I'm not too impressed. Then we gotta head out here. Oh, easy there.
Seeking a sip of fine Russifeld red?
No.
Prepare for disappointment.
No. I'm not getting pulled into your bullshit. Can do that some other day. Ema. Summerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than a blind flea on a guar. Did I? Oh, mud flea. I thought this said mine. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of societal rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery, along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cool stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used the talents I learned from associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends, and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning, I plan to head to Alinor. Hopefully I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination would be preferable to here. I'm not even gonna try that name. Oh, now I gotta talk to her? Him? Her? Him? I can't tell. Oh no, it just said it was completed. Oh. Rest in peace, puppers. What? How did I hit him from that far? That is very strange. Oh, there you are.
Go find your own patch of beach. Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
Arroyo would like to know, what is the path to Axelon? Alaxon.
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Summerset. Alaxon is the state
Okay,
of
I got it.
perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
Khajiit heard you made complaints in Jimmarine. We would like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
Please tell Royal, what happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf?
Hey, don't hate on the shorties.
I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
Royal will let you get back to your work.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Good for you. Okay.
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
The workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
The old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers!
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist assistant and the Red Guard's cousin have both been sequestered. Ugh. This one cannot do words. Don't judge.
Sequestered, Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Summerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Zoxolza have to say?
Zoxolza was dead by the time this one reached him. Oreo found his letter in his pack.
Why would the Aldark gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the kin lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way.
Could be fleas.
Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery.
Alright, Khajiit will help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
Okay, but counterpoint, I could stab him. Also, yes, I'm gonna occasionally just try to slip into the Khajiit speaking matters in and out. It's gonna be annoying, but it's all for good fun. Plus, it's good practice.
would this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
What the heck? Okay.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any. You say I won some gold?
Don't you remember? Raz always pays his debts. And always buys the drinks.
What do we got in here? Oh, just crap. Nothing of actual value. Just stuff to just recycle. Got it. Wood Elves, 4 males, 3 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. One says she's lived in Summerset for more than a year, moved to preparation cells. Khajiit, 7 males, 9 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. Send half to the preparation cells, the other half to holding cells. Argonians, 4, gender inconclusive. Who can tell with muck swimmers? Move to preparation cells for immediate siphoning. Bretons, 1 male, 2 females, claim to be traders from Wayrest. Or did they say Daggerfall? Does it even matter? Why am I writing all this down? What does the new Aldrich plan to do with this information? Place in holding cells. Red Guards, 2 males, 4 females, all arrived on a ship from Hammerfell. One says she was sent for by Ranul the trader. Send half to the holding and the other half to preparation. Nord, 1 male, claims to be part of something called the Nord Cultural Exchange. Send to holding. Oh, that guy. He's back. I loved him. I loved him in the Orsimer DLC. He just wants to share culture. Who is watching me? Who's watching me? Okay. My dear Aldrich, the Salar. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. I'm so glad you suggested transferring to our beloved monastery. I was happy to use my influence to make that happen, especially after that insightful discussion we had concerning Queen Irene's radical and frankly dangerous decree. I look forward to working with you to make sure Shimmerine, and indeed all of Summerset, remains safe and secure. Your plan to sequester newcomers in order to test their suitability for residency in Shimmerine is a stroke of genius. Determining who has the ability and temperament to become productive members of our society and who does not will allow us to spot troublemakers and lackadaisical transcendents. I hope I'm saying that right. Before any damage is done. It isn't a perfect solution, but it will suffice until we can urge the unforeseen queen to whatever that is this order and send all the Nabara, the unwelcomed, back to where they came from. Send me a list of candidates you deem acceptable for life in Summerset. I'm pretty sure Proxy Queen Aluinoir Alwinari will appreciate having documentation concerning who we permitted to stay and who we sent away. I keep saying that Summerset is sacrosanct. Let Ordon deal with the other races. After all, our beloved queen spends all her time there anyway, carousing with cats and wood elves. I'm sure she'd love more company. Anxiety. Avenice. These high elves need to stop using big words. It's too great for my tiny cat brain.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
Where can this one find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
Tell this one about the Aldrak and the new monks.
Aldork Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by King Lady Avanice, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together, but there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Aldork and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
You must have some idea where they are sequestering the newcomers.
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. Now
We'll indulge
go away.
Khajiit. Anything else he should know about this monastery?
The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldork has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you. Now, if you don't mind, my nap awaits.
Okay, good night. So I can't let any of the monks see me. I'm gonna murder them though.
I should be seeing your back walking out of here by now.
That's why I want to murder them. He's resting. I swear. Pretty nice statue. The detection is a little bit weird in this. Just a tiny bit. Let's see. Well, I have an entire monastery to look at. A lot of monks to murder. Actually, I need that. Take that too. Ooh. I'll just touch that.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldark's office, wouldn't you agree? I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what purpose would that be?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
Ajit saw a pearl like that. There were strange creatures nearby.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding, we need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
How did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and community relations.
What else could there be going on here?
That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldark and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me?
Royal will meet you in the Undercroft.
A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldark acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
Whee!
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic.
That could be me.
Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive.
Thank the divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here.
Why did they lock you in a cage?
It's a nightmare. We came to Summerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
There are only a few of you here. Where are the rest of the newcomers?
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
Arroyo will unlock the cage and see what is going on in the next chamber.
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
The Scoffin.
A Daedra. Here?
Oh.
And that's a Scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
What is a dead Scoffin doing in a monastery devoted to the Eight?
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open that door.
That is where the prisoner said the monks took the rest of the newcomers.
Then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will come.
Ooh. Who shoot me?
I'll deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures.
You're nasty looking.
The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell. Come on, let's talk outside. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Sijic Order. Our Rite Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset. My inquiries led me here.
The Sijic Order?
The Sijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all of this?
Oroyo was working with Rosendar, one of the Queen's eyes. But what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Sijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let us go. How did you fit a whole gauntlet into an urn that small? Some weird elf shit right here. Nice name. Good job acquiring that name. You must be so proud.
Living on Alteum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay.
Greetings.
Ooh, that is a bright fire. What the heck? Oh, no, wait, it's that guy's stupid light. It's doing that. Why? Oh, I accidentally broke it. That was weird.
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. This one found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement, and by we, Raz means you.
You want this one to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with the Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her, see what she knows about the Oldark. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
Khajiit also met a mage from the Sijic Order in the monastery.
A Sijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Sijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Sijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl? You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Sijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Should you not speak to the Kin Lady? You do work for the Queen, after all.
Kin Lady Avenice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
It's because I'm the guy in the background doing all the shit. He's just there to look pretty. He's good at looking pretty. Also, paint me. Please. I can't angle it. I'm trying to angle it so that way it just looks like I'm just waiting to be painted. Ah, well. That didn't work out well.
What was the Sylvanar's advisor? The one who died? Terrible.
Oh, I gotta wear the default haircut that I had. Oh. I don't like using the costumes in this when it's quest orientated.
Yes? And who might you be?
Khajiit needs to speak to Kinslady Avanis.
The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elite to discuss certain political matters.
Khajiit has an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant.
Thank you.
Please, head into the garden.
Thank you. I look very pretty. Tell me more.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
How bold of you. The Neberah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberah. What can the new Aldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments.
Arroyo hears that you and the Kin Lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The Kin Lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Summerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you are sequestering newcomers and other non-high elves beneath the monastery? Yes?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? For a Neberah.
You keep calling Arroyo Neberah. What does that mean?
You're right. Where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
Arroyo sees. And is it common for high elf monks to conspire with Daedra?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand.
If you will excuse Arroyo, Aldrak Tilsalar. I'm not even gonna try with your name. Listen, you're an asshole. I'm gone. I'm gone.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
Who was playing that horn?
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a bio leave?
I'm just gonna end it all. You ready? What? No! Get out of the way! Anyways.
No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out, before I call the guards.
Please tell Arroyo. Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Summerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Aldrak agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers?
Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kinlord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
And were you aware that the Aldrak's monks are killing the newcomers under the monastery?
That's preposterous. Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Summerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
It sounds like you should go see for yourself what is happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
Yo, why do you got just a fancy rock in your wardrobe, lady? There we go. Got my first furniture thing that's exclusive to this place, I think. They did add new furniture, right? Which I should probably show you guys my house in this. I'm pretty proud of it. It's small, but it's nice.
Psst. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
The Kin Lady believes that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away.
Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she is not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerine.
Roy overheard that the Kin Lady was going to meet the Aldrak in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange
I don't know why I
meeting
keep saying
place.
Aldrak.
Raz thinks we should go and see what the Aldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Sijic Sage, yes? Here she comes now.
Let this one find out what Valserin wants to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserin of the Sijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately to avoid attracting unwanted attention.
We just neumed right
Raz
in.
will find you both at the Coral Forest.
Alright. To the Coral Forest. I might do some of the side quest stuff, unless there's like a big side quest worth doing on stream. That'd be kind of neat. I need more white shrines before I can actually use them here. Is there like a big main city here? Can't tell. Probably, right? Oh.
One of Summerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out why the Aldark asked Kinlady Avanice to meet him out here. Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
There is a lot of sea-based stuff here, which makes sense, because, you know, it's an island.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world.
Your prince! I want no part of it!
I can hear them, but I don't know where to go. Oh, there they are. Earl of Clavicus File. Oh, what the heck hit me? Oh, it's a skewer. Oh my goodness, everything just wants to fight me. Well, he died easily. Well then.
Razumdar apprehended the Kinlady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldark Tilkalar? Did he escape?
Aldark Takara is dead. Royal heard him mention the Prince of Bargains.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldark. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargains' Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more.
You think you can learn something from the pearl?
You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Right Master Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story.
Who is Right Master? I blanked out while I was not paying attention while she was saying the name. Whoops.
The Right Master leads the Sijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
This one will go to Artaeum to talk to the Right Master after he check in with Razumdar.
One more.
I need to see what my boy's up to.
There. You are now attuned. Find me on
Ah, Five Claw. The King Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation. Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldark to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
The Aldark called on the Prince of Bargains before Arroyo killed him.
The Prince of Bargains. That could only be Clavicus Vile. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Sijic sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
Valsarin returned to Artaeum. She invited this one to come and speak to their right master.
The Sijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Raz Dar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
No. Valsarin said the Order would try to find out more about the Aldark and the Abyssal Pearls.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Sijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Okay.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
Alright, you said so. You ready? Except I'm not gonna kick dirt. I'm just gonna do this. Wait, I gotta position myself just right. Alright. And... close enough.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my... I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Summerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he planned to kill the newcomers.
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
All of the monks at the monastery worship Daedra, yes?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That would probably be for the best. And one more for the road. My aim is so terrible with this. Close enough. That name right there, that kind of hurts my brain a little. The Silvar Woad hurts my brain. Good name. Well done.
Goodbye, my friend.
So, standing around is a crime in Summerset?
I want to grab this other one now that it popped up. I went so far off target. What is that? It can't be a dolmen. Thought we're done with dealing with what's his face? What? The name is blanking out. The main Daedra that we had to fight in the base game. I'm trying to find my way back. I swear. This place is very... there's a lot of hills, kind of mountain-esque stuff. A bit bumpy, only a little bit. But I think I like this over Morrowind Swamps. I think it's probably because it's a little bit more greener, not like dismal looking. Yeah. Though I do wish that there were more interesting sites, I guess. Like buildings or places of interest. Ooh, Griffin. Ah! Ow! Where'd you go? Oh. So yeah, griffins live here. That's kind of neat. You know what's kind of strange? I didn't know minotaurs existed in the Gold Coast. And I played through Oblivion a lot. I never encountered a minotaur in that game. At least as far as I can remember. I miss playing Oblivion. I spent many school nights playing Oblivion. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a pretty sight. So I'm guessing like half the content is on Summerset and then the other half is on this island. Or like some of it's on this island and then most of it's on Summerset. I'm not sure. Not a bad idea though. Definitely makes it seem larger. Oh, that's actually a pretty neat sight.
Before I was a member of the Sijic Order, I was a simple shopkeeper's daughter.
We could buy blueprints from them. That's neat. It's a good way to some stuff out there.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest.
Water portal. That's pretty cool.
What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldarch's plot on Summerset.
We've discovered the newcomers to Summerset were being murdered to power the Abyssal Pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I
like your
can't
armor.
quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sotha warned us about.
Sotha? What threat? Khajiit does not understand, especially since Khajiit has not finished the Clockwork City DLC.
Sotha, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Summerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
Oh. I didn't know that Sotha was technically part of the Sigic Order. That's interesting.
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the Pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldarch and the source of the pearl's magic.
We will indulge this one. You can use magic to get the pearl to reveal all that?
We are the Sigic Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories.
This one is curious. Can he do anything to help?
While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sotha study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sotha amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
Khajiit will find Oriandra and get the amplification elixir. Did I by any chance get no, not Sigic access yet. Huh. Not quite yet. Getting there though. Are you wearing a mask? Oh, that's kind of neat looking. I like that. This is actually kind of neat looking too. Like, wow. I like this. Kind of gives me an undersea vibe, which I love.
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Rite Master, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower.
The Rite Master sent this one to get an amplification elixir for the ritual they are conducting.
That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Rite Master hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sotha seal creation, as you'd expect.
Forgive Arroyo, but has seals I think I broke Sothasil's name. Whoops. Forgive Royal, but has Sothasil's a member of the Sigic Order? Yeah.
What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there.
This one will find it.
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valserin's transference spell, the Rite Master gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual.
Why you're not helping with the ritual?
I'm the Rite Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Rite Master's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day.
Khajiit is not sure he understands where we are. How did the Sigics hide Artaeum?
I'm not allowed to reveal where you are, or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Sigic Order, Artaeum. While we're not currently part of Nirn's reality, we still keep track of events there.
This one would like to know, how do you manage to keep track of events on Nirn from wherever this is?
I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but you deserve a better explanation. The Rite Master sends Sigics back to the world to perform tasks and gather information. Plus, we have powerful scrying magic that reveals all sorts of details.
Khajiit better find that elixir the Rite Master requested.
I was examining the vial of amplification elixir myself just a short time ago. It should be right over there.
What can you tell this one about the ritual the Rite Master is performing?
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valserin's transference spell, the Rite Master gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual.
Why are you not helping with the ritual?
I'm the Rite Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet.
Oh, you already
Under the
told me
Rite
that.
Master's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank.
How did an
One day.
Imperial end up in the Sigic Order?
Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Sigic Order. The Rite Master noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately.
Alright. This one's ears grow tired. There it is. One tasty boy. Coming right up. Here is your tasty boy.
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Without something to amplify the magic, our ritual is going to fail.
Here's the amplification elixir that you requested. I mean the tasty boy.
Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. Your experiences alongside Valserin might help reveal what has so far eluded our
Dude,
efforts.
I'm no mage. What am I gonna do? How can Arroyo help with this, with the ritual?
We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool and stand
okay.
close. As the ritual's power amplifies, your experiences with the Pearl and the false Aldark should help the augury do its job.
And what is the augury's job exactly?
We want to discover the origin of the Pearl and its strange magic. In addition, anything we can learn about the false Aldark and his connection to the Pearl would be helpful. Otherwise, we're stepping blindly into Oblivion's maw here.
Alright. Tell this one what you need him to do.
Pour the elixir into the pool.
Okay.
That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Drink up. Whoa.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Smile, Nefala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthiel will seal Summerset's fate.
was unnerving. It seems the false Aldark belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated.
Have you ever heard of the Court of Bedlam?
No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of oblivion. We're missing something, but what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenthiel.
Aurelio can travel to Relenthiel.
I hoped you'd say that. Relenthiel sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valcerin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. The false Aldark may be dead, but Mephala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the pearls.
Aurelio has a few questions before he head to Relenthiel.
I may not be a natural prognosticator, but I had a feeling you might. Go ahead. I'll answer what I can.
The Daedric princes always work together, yes?
From what I've experienced, an alliance isn't just unusual, it's contrary to their very nature. Oh, they'll work together from time to time, but something as complex as what Sotha Seal hinted at is unheard of. Makes me interested to learn more.
What can you tell this one about Relenthiel?
Very little, I'm afraid. The last time I passed through that area was more than 350 years ago. They made an exquisite wine, as I recall, and the House of Reveries theater troupe always put on an entertaining show.
Did you learn anything more about the Pearl?
The augury ritual extracted a vision of the false Aldark and the Court of Bedlam, but nothing specifically about the Pearl. Its magic isn't Daedric, though. How they can steal life energy and use it to summon those sea creatures remains a mystery.
But yeah, this tower is actually pretty neat. This will be my favorite until we find something way cooler to look at. For this DLC, because I do like the Clockwork City stuff. Alright, we gotta go all the way over there. Oh, look at him skitter. Oh, he's gone. He numed. There's so many people staying in front of it, it practically blocks the portal. How far do I... Okay, not that far. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about just doing just the main story on stream and then the side quest, because it feels like in order to get the most out of this game you have to like do all the quests. Just all of them. So it kind of takes away when you just kind of ignore the side quests and just go for the main plot. But then again, like that's usually my tactful plan for like the Guild Wars 2 stuff. Because there really isn't any side quest stuff. There's just like side collections, but they're not really quests per se. Plus, I guess the story for like
Oh,
Guild
you
Wars 2 is a little bit
purposefully
more
doing a
engaging.
poor job because I can come to no other conclusion.
Oh, sure, blame us, when you're the reason we're in this mess.
You know? Speaking of Guild Wars 2, I've been hearing that they're taking their time on the next episode. So it'll be a while before I do another Guild Wars 2 stream. They want to make sure that it's good and ready.
This one has been looking for you. Raz's investigations have brought him to Relenthiel. When this one noticed your Sijic friend slip into town, Raz figured you'd be along soon. So, what did you discover on Arteum, the island that isn't here anymore? Ugh, that made Raz's head hurt.
We learned that the false Aldark belonged to a Daedra cult called the Court of Bedlam.
Yes, this one has been exploring the Daedric connection as well. But Raz hates Daedra. In Raz's experience, very little good comes from dealing with Daedra or their cultists. And this revelation brings you to Relenthiel, yes?
Other members of the cult mentioned that something was going to happen in Relenthiel.
That is disturbingly vague. Why must cryptic cultists be so cryptic? Well, Raz saw Valserin head toward Canonry Farmeldo's house. This one suggests we start our investigation of the area there.
Right. That is where this one was supposed to meet Valserin.
Drat! Which one could he possibly be?
I've noticed that there isn't like a main town yet.
Go inside and
Unless
we'll
this is
discuss
supposed to be like the
later.
main
and
town.
take off that ridiculous hood.
Ridiculous? I'll show you what's ridiculous. I'll show you all!
Okay.
You think as Canon Reeve I'd be immune to the troublesome temper of a spoiled and rebellious child. But what distinguished visitors I have today. A wandering sage, a well-dressed Khajiit, and you. What brings such a group to Relenthiel?
Excuse me, I'm pretty well dressed too. But we are investigating reports of unusual occurrence here in Relenthiel.
Investigating? For who? Well, there have been 3 reports this week of someone disappearing. And my intractable son Nadoril and his malcontent friends have been cavorting around the large sinkhole that recently appeared.
Do you think the missing people of the sinkhole and your son's friends are related?
What are you implying? They're just young and proud of their heritage. I wouldn't draw such a harsh conclusion without substantial evidence. I can't understand why they're fascinated with the sinkhole, but that doesn't make them criminals.
Any objection to us investigating the sinkhole?
It's unusual for newcomers to encroach upon Altmer affairs, especially since we rarely saw any prior to the Queen's decree. If you want to investigate, I won't try to stop you. And if anything happens, maybe it will teach my son to avoid the place.
This one will let you know if we find anything to be concerned about.
Raz wants to ask the Canon Reeve a few more questions. Take the Sijic and go investigate the sinkhole.
Okay. Do I have to go inside? No. Oh, I need that. No, I don't want to talk to you. What the heck am I looking at? Yo, what are you doing? Can I join? Hold on. Hold on. I got just the perfect attire for it. I deserve that. Considering earlier on. Okay. Where is... There it is. We're good. I'm kind of doing it right, right? There we go. Nice. Alright. Wait, you're a merchant? Wait, where was the merchant? Oh, that was the merchant.
At least there's plenty of play.
Okay. Let me just switch back to my normal stuff. There we go. Alright, on with the quest.
I'll meet you in the sinkhole.
Where? Oh, is it like in somewhere? Like a cave? Oh, this is. Oh! Oh no. Not what I was expecting. I didn't expect like a giant ass crater.
He attacked Eldon, and one of those horrible creatures tore off my hood!
Oh, I have to talk to her, right?
That young woman was certainly in a hurry. And what was that about Nadoral and an attack?
He said that Nadoral attacked someone and something about creatures.
Yes, well, let's be on our guard then. I don't think this sinkhole is completely natural. Its size concerns me. If the ground continues to fall away, it could swallow all of Relenthal.
You really think this sinkhole is that dangerous, yes?
It certainly feels dangerous. And if it does figure into the Court of Bedlin's plans, well, I can't think of a more frightening event than watching Relenthal get swallowed by a sinkhole. Let's proceed and find out what's going on now.
What? That can't be good. All the rumbling.
They don't look stable. I'll try to reinforce the weak spots and catch up with you.
crazy bastard stabbed me. God, this hurts.
Tell Khajiit what happened.
It was just kind of fun, joining the court of Bedlam, espousing the virtues of our Ultima heritage. But Nidoral, he took things too far.
What do you mean, too far?
When we heard that they planned to release those creatures, I made the mistake of saying they were insane. Nidoral objected, called me unworthy. That's what he stabbed me.
Eldahan. What is Nidoral now? Eldahan?
The court of Bedlam will
Oh, he's dead.
eradicate the lesser races.
Damn.
Maybe even deal with our unworthy queen.
Over here. Keep quiet and tell me if you see what I see.
I see rocks. Oh, I see. Whatever the fuck that is. What is that? Yo, let me shoot it. Oh, I can't shoot it.
You see that, right? My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. That's a sea slode. They haven't been seen in Summerset since, well, it's been centuries at least.
What is a sea slode?
A vile and dangerous species. Very powerful. The sea slode come from the distant underwater kingdom of Ulvorkus. Who's that hooded figure with the slode? And look, more of those abyssal pearls. They're everywhere.
Why are the sea slode dangerous?
The slode are a godless people. Perhaps the most hated in Tamriel. And the sea slode are even worse. They employ depraved magic and have long coveted Summerset. They believe it once belonged to them. They pillage, release plagues. They're horrible.
Could this be the source of the abyssal pearls?
They could certainly have a connection to the sea slode's submerged kingdom, but they appear to have been placed down here. Look how the Yagra are drawn to them. I'll head for the sea slode. You deal with those abyssal pearls.
Royal will destroy the abyssal pearls.
Master, intruders in the cave.
Heed me, my creatures! Destroy the intruders!
I should not be able to do this. This is some cat bullshit right here.
To get over there.
Witness the power of Katora, the Abyssal Cabal!
That was some cat bullshit. Just stand on your shoulder. Like it's nothing.
Almost there. This way! Up here! Damn! No sign of where the sea slope disappeared to.
Optional. Oh.
Damn it! I wasn't fast enough.
So that is it? The sea slode escaped?
For the time being, let's see what's through that opening. The sea slode left us something to remember it by. We need to dispatch that creature.
Oh, good. That is nasty. It's like a giant spider. Ugh. Like a spider with like a shell for its abdomen. Ick. Oh, yeah. Scottaloo, thank you for following. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
Somehow Raz knew fight.
Oh.
Sea slodes? This is worse than the Right Master imagined. Meet me in our tent.
Did the pretty Sijik say sea slode? No. Raz must have heard wrong. That could not have been what she said.
The sea slode Katora is working with the court of Bedlam, including the Canon Reeves' son.
Slode? That's bad. And sea slode? That sounds even worse. If the sea slode threatens Summerset, Queen Irene must be informed. We need to act. Wait. What did you say about the Canon Reeves' son?
Midoriya joined the court of Bedlam. He killed a few initiate and was working with the Slode.
Daedra worshippers. In Summerset. And Slode. Oh, Roz likes this situation less and less. As for Nedoro, Raz knows how to deal with traitors. This one will meet you at the Canon Reeves' house.
Midoriya will see you there. What's that point of view? Or that point of interest? Where is it? Aldmore ruins, okay. Thanks. I still got a ways to go.
The Eye of the Queen? How dare you accuse my son of treason? The Queen's Eye. How dare he not identify himself when he first arrived? And how dare he accuse my foolish son of something as serious as treason? The Queen shall hear of this, mark my words.
Midoriya is more than foolish. He killed a High Elf and is working with the Sea Slode.
Sea Slode? Plus all this nonsense about Altma's superiority, and now murder? I am the Canon Reeve of Relenthil. I took an oath to serve and protect my community. How in the Queen's name am I supposed to reconcile my son's actions?
That is something this one cannot help you with.
Oh, Nadoril, what have you done? Please, You must talk to the Queen's Eye. He needs to show mercy. I'm sure we can find a way to resolve this without... Oh, here comes Nadoril now.
Your son has a lot to answer for, Canon Reeve.
I have a lot to answer for? The court of Bedlam is going to turn me into a god.
Foolishness can be ignored. Murder and treason, not so much.
You and your queen have no authority over a true Ultima, you mangy cat.
This one cannot allow your crimes to stand unanswered.
Nadoril! No! No! I understand.
Damn.
Relenthil is loyal to the Queen.
Damn. No prisoners.
Sometimes the eye sees treason and must cut it out before it spreads. This one is sorry you had to witness that.
Couldn't you have arrested Nadoril instead of executing him?
Blasphemy, treason, murder. How many crimes must one commit to attract the attention of the executioner's blade? Raz decided that a message had to be sent. Enemies of the Queen will not be tolerated.
Arroyo has rarely seen you this serious.
Treason and the Queen's justice are serious business. Raz has been forced into this role on rare occasions, but he never seeks it out or looks forward to wielding the blade. A necessary part of my job, yes.
Is there anything else you need from Arroyo right now?
No. Raz will see to the Canon Reeve and send word to the Queen before looking deeper into the Court of Bedlam. You should return to Arteum and let the Sijiks know what we learned. I tell you, Five Claw, this whole situation makes Raz want to hiss.
Well. Well then. Oh, and then I have to go all the way over there. Is that like a greenhouse? That's pretty neat. Huh. Fun.
Amazing to stand at the heart of Penta. You can hear the ancestors whisper.
I'm trying to find a good stopping point before I can move on to do a little bit of art for the night. I mean, technically, I could just take a way shrine to just Arteum itself, but it's funner to just run back, I guess. So hopefully we'll be finding a good stopping point here.
Friend of Valseren, I have a proposal for you.
Oh, you just want to give me a quest.
Ah, friend of Valseren. I've been informed that you encountered a sea sload in a sinkhole beneath Relenthiel. That bodes ill for Summerset, perhaps all of Nirn. I fear there are difficult days ahead.
The sea sload called itself Katora.
I'm familiar with that particular sea sload and its renegades. Call themselves the Abyssal Cabal. I thought I defeated them long ago, but it appears I was in error. What about the pearls? Valseren mentioned you encountered more in the sinkhole.
Katora used Abyssal Pearls to summon Yagra to attack Relenthiel.
Val described those seaborne monstrosities. I have a vague recollection of Katora utilizing such creatures in the past, but for some reason, the memories refuse to snap into focus. I suppose that's another mystery I'll need to look into.
Why would the Daedric Princes require the aid of the sea slodes?
The Daedric Princes require minions to carry out their will, and the Slode have always had an interest in the green and pleasant island. It isn't hard to see why they might work together. For now, you have my thanks for assisting Valseren. I asked the Conclave of the 11 Forces to ponder how we... The more we learn, the more the nature of the threat becomes clear.
Alright, I think this is probably a good stopping point. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get everything set up for the art stream, so I will be right back. So hang on tight.